What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Halo Outsiders video. My name is aFadedBRute, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about 343's recent decision to allow mixed inputs for all of their sanctioned events, whether online or on LAN. In our last video, we spoke about how 343 decided to separate mouse and keyboard players from controller players in ranked games. Yet in this recent blog post from Tashi, they announced that they're going to be allowing a mixed input approach for all of their events, meaning they're going to allow mouse and keyboard players to compete alongside controller players for the first time in Halo's history. Needless to say, this caused quite a stir amongst the Halo community. Upon hearing the news, Frosty from Team Sentinels tweeted out, and I quote, "They literally separate the ranked playlist by input, and yet they're allowing the comp scene to have mouse and keyboard plus controller coexist. These guys don't give an F about competitive, holy S. Just choosing to break competitive integrity off the bat." To which Brian Gerard, aka Sketch, the community manager at 343, tweeted back and said, "Game hasn't launched yet. Let's see how things evolve and where we land." To which Frosty responded, "Roger that." Their reasoning behind this is to allow as many players, new and old, to have a chance at competing in the scene. Tashi said, and I quote, "Our aim is to be as inclusive as possible to grow the competitive community around the world. Because of that, we're going to allow players to compete on controller or mouse and keyboard regardless of platform. This means you might see entire teams of controller, entire teams on mouse and keyboard, or teams mixed mouse and keyboard and controller players." In my opinion, I can see both sides of the argument here. Personally, I would prefer more competitive integrity and have all players utilize a singular input. However, with the Halo community declining over the last few years, I can understand the reasoning as to why they would like to try to rebuild the scene and be as inclusive as possible. And with that said, I'd like to pass this question on to you. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments below if you think this is a good move or a terrible decision by 343. Also, do you think 343 is going to revert the decision and allow mixed inputs in ranked gameplay? As of right now, you can only play ranked games with people using the same input as you, and I do think they're going to revert that decision since they announced that they're going to allow tournament gameplay to allow both mouse and keyboard and controller. Now, in my personal opinion, I was able to play the tech preview for a little bit, and after each game I would switch my input. I would play one game on mouse and keyboard and play another game on a controller. And coming from a background where I played competitively on controller for years to recently switching to mouse and keyboard, I do have to say that this version of Halo, the bullet magnetism and the aim assist is kind of weak in comparison to games like Halo 3 and Halo 2, but it is definitely still noticeable when you switch from mouse and keyboard to controller. You definitely feel that aim assist. I did notice that I was able to consistently land more shots on a controller than I was on mouse and keyboard, and I'm not going to attribute that to me being bad on mouse and keyboard. I just feel like the input felt a little wonky in this build. Hopefully they make improvements on the next flight, and I'll definitely let you guys know what I think about it the next time the flight comes out. But yeah, just make sure you guys hit the like button, the subscribe button, all those other buttons, comment below, do all that stuff if you guys like the content, just to make sure that you're notified when we finally upload another video. Alright guys, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking with us, watching the video, and let us know what you think. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.